11 days of hearings at this court have revealed a macabre tale. Peter Madsen is accused of premeditated murder, sexual assault of a particularly violent nature, and desecrating a corpse. He denies the first two charges, but says he did cut up Kim Wall's body after the journalist died accidentally on his submarine.
The prosecutor used a lot of time to show that this was not just a homicide, but one that was planned. But much of it doesn't have real evidence, but only indications, such as texts that he sent and items that were found in the U-boat that the prosecutor tried to show does not, in fact, belong in the U-boat, but that was brought there by Peter Madsen as a part of his plan.
Kim Wall was a freelance journalist who was working on a story about the Danish inventor. Last August, Peter Madsen invited her to join him on his submarine. He was rescued at sea the next day, but there was no sign of Wall. Her dismembered torso was found 10 days later. It was months before police found her skull, legs and arms. An autopsy couldn't pinpoint the precise cause of her death, but the prosecution says her lungs show signs she was either strangled or had her throat cut. Madsen has changed his story 3 times. Firstly, saying he dropped her off a few hours into the trip. After her remains were discovered, he said she died on board after a hatch door hit her head. Then, when an autopsy showed no blunt force trauma to her skull, he blamed toxic fumes. But more evidence was presented to the court. Investigators found an archive of videos showing the torture and execution of women on his hard drive. And just a few hours before setting off with Wall, Madsen Googled "beheaded girl agony." He says that's just a coincidence. The defense says the prosecution's case is just a horror story without facts. And a horrified Danish nation is now waiting for a verdict. Arabella Munro, TRT World.